Hi, everybody. Welcome to another podcast of Listen to the Missus from the studios of WSGW Radio in Saginaw, Michigan. I'm Art Lewis.
I'm Ann Williams.
Nice to have you with us on this Wednesday is typically the day we do our podcasts, and this happens to be the Wednesday after Thanksgiving. Did you have a good Thanksgiving?
I did. I didn't cook anything, but
yeah, we had a wonderful one. We didn't cook anything either because we went to our son's house. That was the best kind. But you know what? We came back, and when there is an absence of leftovers after Thanksgiving, something has to be done. So we come back from our son's turkey dinner meal. Mm-hmm. Very nice. There were 12 people there and 4 dogs. And the next day, I looked at Lynn, my wife, and I said, okay, what are we doing for leftovers? So Sunday, we roasted a turkey breast, and she made some stuffing. We sliced it, put it in the refrigerator. So we had turkey and stuffing sandwiches, hot turkey sandwich for dinner. We had our leftovers.
Okay, well, yeah, I like to have leftovers too. We decided we didn't want them around for ourselves, so we're trying to,
consume less.
And it doesn't always work, but we're trying.
Well, I got a couple of things you can consume less of. One of them is romaine lettuce. The CDC has reported an outbreak of E. coli linked to romaine lettuce. This was about a week ago, and 67 people so far have been infected with 39 hospitalizations in 19 states. So they have recommended for now that you don't go near romaine. To figure out what lettuce you should steer clear from, look for a label showing where the romaine lettuce was grown. Somewhere it should be printed on the package. They advise customers to avoid lettuce harvested in Salinas, California. Customers are advised to avoid buying all brands, types, and use dates of lettuce in that region. That includes whole heads of romaine, organic romaine, hearts of romaine, romaine in salad wraps, packages of pre-cut lettuce, salad mixes that contain romaine, including baby, spring mix, and Caesar. And if you can't find on the package what you need to know to determine if it was Salinas, best not to use it, according to the CDC. So there you go.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I have one too. This one is blackberries that were sold at Fresh Time Farmers Markets. And they were distributed to Fresh Time locations in 11 states, including our state of Michigan. I don't know any of those stores around our region where we live, but they could be, apparently they're somewhere else in Michigan. But the other states involved, in case you're listening from elsewhere, were Iowa, Illinois, Indiana, Kentucky, Missouri, Minnesota, Nebraska, Ohio, Pennsylvania, and Wisconsin. So these blackberries, that is, were sold back between September 9th and September 30th. Obviously, if you had fresh ones, they would be gone by now, probably.
Yeah,
but
you'd hope so.
If you froze them or anything like that, that could be
right.
an issue. So be on the lookout for those.
One other recall notice here, and again, we don't have any of these around here either, but they are in Detroit and closer than that. Trader Joe's, the famous grocery store Trader Joe's, they are issuing a voluntary recall of several fresh items sold in 30 different states as a precautionary measure over concerns they may be contaminated with listeria. The recalled products are packaged in plastic trays with clear lids. They include ready-to-eat meals of California rolls, classic California rolls with brown rice and avocado, spicy California rolls, tempura shrimp crunch rolls, tofu spring rolls, shrimp spring rolls, smoked salmon Philly roll, smoked salmon poke bowl, a banh mi inspired noodle bowl, and queso fundido spicy cheese dip. You can go online to their website, find out more information. Trader Joe's, though, if you've been there, if you bought any of those products, don't use them. Mm-hmm. All right?
Another, not a recall, but a shortage. Our farm director here at our radio station mentioned it on his show the other day, and that has to do with potatoes and there being a shortage, perhaps because of wet weather around the country and in Canada, resulting in a potential French fry shortage in the near future.
Oh, be still my heart.
Yeah. They say that the 2019 U.S. potato crop is estimated to be down by about 3 billion pounds compared to last year. That's a 6.1% decrease, the lowest since 2010, and one of the lowest on record. Idaho, the top potato producer in the U.S., had an estimated production fall of 5.5%, while other states had even more monumental drops. North Dakota, 11.8 drop and in their harvest, while Oregon had a 16% drop.
Wow.
So let's hope it doesn't get too bad.
Yeah,
we can still find a French fry somewhere.
I wonder how that's going to affect potato chips, because a lot of
That's
those
a good
farmers
question.
are contracted for chip production.
Good
Like here in
question.
Michigan, most
Yeah.
of the potatoes go to chip production.
Yeah, I hope
Yeah,
not.
I don't know. We're all on this let's make life simpler bandwagon. We want to call up, have our food delivered, in some cases put in your refrigerator for you.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Kroger is taking it the next step now. Of course, you can get food delivered to your door, but now the grocery chain has announced it's opening up delivery-only kitchens, a.k.a. dark kitchens, in Indianapolis, Columbus, and Denver as trials. These kitchens, which are simply dubbed Kroger Delivery Kitchens, are a partnership with something called Cluster Truck, a software platform used by delivery-only kitchens. They'll make and deliver restaurant-style dishes with no delivery and no service fees. And it gets even better. Kroger says they have a systematic approach to meal delivery that ensures that nearly every order is in your hands within 7 minutes after it's prepared. So you basically have enough time to use your facilities, wash your hands, and go to the table before your meal arrives at your doorstep. Now, I'm saying to myself, if you live more than 10 miles from the kitchen, how are they going to do that?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know either.
But it's a test. It's underway in those 3 markets, and we'll see what happens.
Yeah, so much change and revolution going on with
Everybody's
shopping.
Everybody's trying to outdo the
Yeah.
other person, make it more convenient, easy.
Yeah. Well, anyway, here's one more new food item coming out. This is a vegetable, a new vegetable that's been, I guess, grafted. It's called collini. Collini.
Collini.
It's baby cauliflower, and it's being produced by the company Mann's. Have you seen Mann's? They make
Yeah.
broccoli slaw.
Yeah.
That's the most common thing
Yeah.
I see in the produce section.
Yep.
They're the ones who are producing this, and it is like broccolini, which is it's broccoli with kind of a smaller baby broccoli.
Yeah, a little bitter, too.
Yeah. Well, this is it's light in color like other cauliflower, but they say it's a bit sweeter. It's more tender and sweet than regular cauliflower. They say it's really good for roasting. You can use it a lot of different ways. So what they did with this was last year they released it only to restaurants back in July of 2018. And it has not been available in grocery stores yet, but they expect that to happen eventually. They say restaurant menus may start. You may see it on restaurant menus, and we'll see if it comes to stores.
Well, if that new vegetable intrigues you, you might need something to wash it down with.
What would that
So, Starbucks comes to the rescue. They have a new holiday drink this year called Irish Cream Cold Brew. Yes, it's cold. It's an iced drink. It's made up of Starbucks cold brew and Irish cream syrup, which is then topped with vanilla sweet cream, cold foam, and a dash of cocoa powder on top. Oh.
I have tried their cold brew
Have
and cold
you?
foam drinks, and they are good.
Are they really?
And they're way less calories. Some of them,
I might
depending on
have to try it.
depending on how you order it, they're way less calories than some of the other drinks.
Yeah, because they have, in 2016, they rolled out spiced sweet cream cold brew and pumpkin cream cold brew from the fall. But if you're a Bailey's or Irish cream fan, you'll find this is pretty true to the flavor. It's not boozy, but that's okay. Since I'm a teetotaler anyway, I'll have to try it.
The
Irish
way I
cream
am, though,
cold-
I drink the cold drinks in the warm weather, and the
Oh.
hot drinks in the cold weather.
usually.
Yeah, like right now. Well, that's the way I am. I
Yeah.
do not necessarily like to drink iced coffee this time of year. I love iced coffee, but once the temperature gets below 40, I probably am not going to drink it.
And we'll go out once in a while. Like yesterday, we went out and got a brain freeze.
Now, I will eat
you know,
ice cream, though.
Oh,
In the cold weather.
okay. I see how that works. We went out and got a brain freeze, slushy type things.
Oh yeah,
So we do that every now and then. Doesn't matter what the temperature is.
yeah. Well, for me, nah. I don't want to be any colder than I have to be.
I got you. I got you. One other thing you might appreciate. You're a cheesehead, aren't you? You
I like cheese.
Yeah. Well, here is something for the holidays for you. If you're a big cheesehead, particularly the Wisconsin type, there's a company producing. Oh, and this is Aldi, by the way, selling it. They're selling clear ornaments with 4 mini blocks of cheese in them for $4.99 a piece. So I guess you hang it up, and at the end of the season, break it and get the cheese out. I don't know.
That's weird.
They're plastic balls. They come with either a simple snowflake or a cheese wedge Christmas tree design, but the real star of the show shines through. 2 types of cheese, mild cheddar and grass-fed aged cheddar cheese. Each ornament contains 2 of each kind, and the blocks sit on display. They're fully protected in shrink wrapping to keep them fresh. And you want to keep them unrefrigerated in your tree. Probably not the best idea to do that on your tree for weeks on end, but you can bring them to a party scene and hang them all over your trees and then grab them. Let your guests grab them as they please and enjoy the cheese.
I don't know. Just decorate the tree with ornaments and buy the cheese to eat.
I think so, too. I think so, too. Here we sit after the holidays, after Thanksgiving, and I know my wife took the breast carcass. We didn't have a whole bird carcass, but we had a breast carcass. And she went about the task of making broth, and you
Yeah.
have something related to that.
Yeah, well, a lot of people do that, but we hear a lot in the last few years about bone broth, and that is a really long time of simmering bones, like 12 hours. I'm
Yep.
talking, and what you get out of that is apparently a lot of really good stuff for your body.
Well, yeah, you get all that marrow comes
Yeah,
out,
and they sell it now. You can buy bone broth already made.
Yep.
I bought some recently, but you can make it out of your turkey carcass, or probably a chicken carcass. And if you're going to do a turkey for for Christmas, we passed Thanksgiving, but for Christmas, you can do that. So here is a recipe for making bone broth with your turkey carcass. You take an 8-pound. You want 8 pounds of bones, of your turkey bones and scraps. Just take all the bones and scraps, throw them in a pot. About 4 carrots, 6 stalks of celery, 10 bunches of herbs, 5 bay leaves, a head of garlic, 2 tablespoons of whole black peppercorns, and 2 tablespoons of salt or to taste.
And a partridge in a pear
Right.
tree.
And it doesn't have to be this exact amount. The article I read said, you can just take whatever you have
Well,
around.
season to your taste.
Yeah, whatever kind of older, vegetables, herbs you have laying around, just throw it all in there. And what you do is combine everything, fill it with enough water to cover everything, about 3 gallons. So you want a big pot. Bring it to a boil. Reduce the heat to the lowest setting so it's just barely simmering, and then let it go. Go to bed, whatever. 12 hours you want to simmer it.
12 hours.
12 hours. You then strain it and discard the solids. And after you strain it, you skim off the fat that accumulates at the top. Throw that out. And you can store this bone broth in the fridge for about 5 days or in the freezer for up to 6 months. And just a few of the benefits, the things that you get out of this. Collagen and gelatin comes out of that. And this is good for your skin, for your joints, for your nails, and your gut. Glucosamine and chondroitin sulfate.
Oh, good for your
which
joints.
is good for your
Yeah.
joints. Amino acids, glycine and proline. That is also an anti-inflammatory amino acids, which are good for gut health and digestion. and the essential building blocks to a strong immune system and muscle repair.
Why would anybody want to eat this? It's so healthy.
I know. Hyaluronic acid as well. And that is also good for arthritis patients, for joints and such. So, real good stuff.
Bone broth.
Yeah.
Ooh, sounds great. Wonderful, actually. And that's going to do it for this edition of our Listen to the Missus podcast. Thank you for joining us. You can always contact us. You can
you can contact us through our Facebook page. Go to Listen to the Missus Facebook page. You can also message us through our website, WSGW.com. Email address for me is Ann@WSGW.com.
and Art Lewis at WSGW.com. We'll talk to you the next time. Thanks for being with us.